right, Coast Life, we know that growing up in this area, or maybe you're new to this area and you don't know a lot about some of the history and traditions, because there's a rich history of traditions all along coastal Delmarva.
Definitely.
Here to tell us more and a little bit more specifically about Milford's history is Claudia with the Milford Museum.
Good morning. Thank you both for having me here, and I look forward to sharing some information with you.
Yes. Well, why don't we start off with an upcoming event that you guys have, HIPPIEFEST.
HIPPIEFEST, coming up in just a couple weeks on the 19th from 3 to 8. It is being held at the Causey Mansion, which is right in downtown Milford across from the museum. It's a marvelous ground and property of about 5 acres, and you'll never see so many tie-dyed t-shirts and gowns and things in your life as if you attend. We have a local band that plays and a DJ. There are food trucks and ice cream truck and alcoholer, but bring a chair and a blanket and just sit on the ground or dance. We have a air guitar contest and a hula hoop contest, and we have a lot of vendors also that will be there. So tickets are available online at Eventbrite, or also you can buy them at the museum, and they're $35 a piece, so you can't beat that for a concert.
Yeah, seriously. And if you've never been to the Causey Mansion, it's so cool. It's so much fun. Like every event that I've ever been to there is just, it's awesome. And it does feel like a little living piece of history almost.
Absolutely. It is the oldest house in South Milford, built in 1763.
Wow.
So the property and the house has been there for quite some time.
Yeah, quite some time. And I know you mentioned this fundraising, some money for the museum. Tell us the special project you have going on that people can help.
Okay, the Milford Museum is located in Milford's first post office, built in 1910. So it's a historic building itself, but that means it has old pipes and old systems, etc. And there's no meeting room space. So we would like to have more educational events there, bringing in school groups, scout groups. We need a meeting room area, and then we want to dig out the basement underneath for climate-controlled collection storage to take care of the thousands of objects that we have to share Milford's history. So we have gotten funds and support from our legislators and the state, and we're going to start a capital campaign reaching out for more funds to start construction on this building.
Nice.
So we're excited.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit. You said that you grew up in Milford, left and came back. What sort of brought you back, and how much rich history there really is right in Milford, why people should visit the museum?
I knew nothing about Milford's history growing up, and I'm fascinated by all that I have learned now. Family moved back again, and I had gone to college in Michigan and ended up graduating there. But I came back and I worked for the state for 34 years, the state museum system, keeping track of all of the collections that the state owns. And then when I retired, they grabbed me at the museum and said, "Wouldn't you like to be on the board?" And then it's like, quickly, "Wouldn't you like to be the director and figure out what to do here?" So I thought, well, I'll do that for a couple years, and it's been 12 years now. So, and I'm stuck, and I'll keep volunteering. We've hired a new director, and I'll be the volunteer curator. But there's still so much to put together on genealogy. People are coming and doing and researching that, and all of the stories. And I think we had talked about the state bug was thanks to the Milford School Group that the ladybug was selected, and they voted on either it being the cricket, the mosquito, or the ladybug.
So
we're very glad that it was the ladybug.
Who wanted it to be the mosquito?
You'd be killing our state bug all the time.
Oh my God.
Right? Like, woo.
Yeah, really.
And the song Our Delaware, our state song, was written by a Milfordian, and the fact that we're known as the Blue Hens was a Revolutionary War captain who took the fighting Blue Hens along from Milford, and everybody said, well, you're just as ornery as your chickens, so that's why they were called that. So there's just lots of interesting stories, plus with the river that goes through the middle does divide Kent and Sussex county. So you had a lot of shipbuilding that went on. Even though you look at the small Mispillion River now and think, how did they build these huge vessels? There were, during World War I and during World War II, there were sub-chasers that were built at the Vineyard Shipyard. So it's just very important and interesting.
It is, definitely. I think a lot of people will find this important and interesting and want to give back to the museum. So can you remind us one more time how we can enjoy HIPPIEFEST?
You can go online and buy tickets either at Eventbrite or right at the museum. museum, and they're $35 a piece, and it goes from 3 to 8 on Saturday the 19th of August.
Perfect.
All
Awesome.
I'm saying is, good luck beating Leah in an air guitar contest.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, Claudia, thank you so much once again for coming in and
Thank you
sharing.
for letting me share.
Yes, of course. And we've got more great and interesting events coming your way with more Coast Life when we get back. Coast Life, you know we have so many talented and incredible photographers all along coastal Delmarva, and that's why we like to celebrate them, especially with some contests. That's why Lynn Cohen is joining us. Tell us about the Rehoboth Collections contest that's coming up.
Sure. It's Rehoboth Reflections is in its 3rd year, and it is a photo contest where we invite folks to submit their photos of Rehoboth Beach, and we include the winning photos in our city calendar.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What kind of photos are you expecting or hoping to get?
Well, we see a lot of sunrise and sunset photos every year, which we love because it is absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
But it's fun to see where all the photos come from. There are lots of different area codes entered with the photos that are submitted. So it's people who travel here for vacation from other places, and it's also folks who live here year-round who
Very
submit
cool.
photos. Yeah.
So how can people who are interested in submitting photos submit those photos?
It is very easy, and you can submit up to 3 photos,
Okay.
each photographer. So you go to cityofrehoboth.com/Rehoboth-reflections.
Nice.
And there's a form that you can fill out and upload your photo.
Easy enough. And Lynn, do you have to have any sort of like background in photography, or if I have something on my phone and I think it's pretty, can I submit it?
Absolutely. It is open to everyone.
Okay.
So professional photographers enter photos, and hobbyist
Amateurs.
enthusiasts and amateurs. Lots of cell phone photos
Okay, good.
are taken. I will say the mistake that is made most often, there are a few guidelines, and the mistake made most often is they'll send in a vertical photo. Because it's a calendar, it needs to be landscape or horizontal, so it needs to be wider than it is tall.
Makes sense.
Okay, good to know if you haven't taken your photo yet.
Yes. And when or how long do people have to submit these photos?
Sure, the deadline is September 6th.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming up. We've got to print the calendar before the end of the year. So.
And I'm curious too, is it okay if someone takes let's say, a sea witch photo, and that would be the October photo, or is it themed per month? Or is it just beautiful photos?
It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
It is, we get a lot more summer photos.
Sure.
But we love having sea witch photos or photos of a winter storm. We do try to have winterish photos
Yeah, the rare
during the
snowy
winter
beach.
months.
Oh,
Yes.
I love. Saw snow for the first time on the beach last year in Rehoboth. It was
yes.
awesome.
It's something else. Now, over the years that you've been doing Rehoboth Reflections, have you had a favorite photo or maybe one that really stands out?
Oh, that's really hard.
I'm sure.
It's amazing. We put a panel together to select the winning photos, and we go through and we each select about a dozen that we think should be considered. And we'll end up with like 50 photos among us. It's very subjective.
Yeah.
So, do I have a favorite? It changes.
Sure.
That's good. That's fair.
I bet. No, that's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Definitely. All right, so once these are done, how can people get these calendars? Where can they find them?
So the calendars are mailed to City of Rehoboth Beach residents, but they're also available at City Hall. They're $5 each if you don't get it mailed to you. But
Well, good. A wide range of people then will be seeing your photos, hopefully. Yes.
exactly.
Good to know.
Exactly.
Well, Lynn, thank you so much for coming in and telling us about this contest.
Appreciate your having me, and send in your photos.
Yeah.
I'm
will.
going through my camera roll after this.
Oh, good.
I want to be on that calendar.
Yes, so whether you are a professional photographer or a hobbyist photographer, make sure you get those photos in.
Probably no selfies.
Probably not the selfies. Unless it's a really good one.
Gotten a couple.
But stick around because we've got more Coast Life headed your way. don't miss any of your favorite Coast Life moments. Hang out with us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We're there. And don't forget, you can find full episodes of Coast Life at coastlife.com.
Here on Coast Life, when we talk about our friends at Shell's Early Learning, we hope you can tell just how much we love them and have so much fun.
How much love they have for their jobs.
So much. We talked about the graduation they did for their kids, the summer programs, and just what they do all year round for these children. So our field correspondent, Maya Henry, went to check in with our friends at Shell's Early Learning. Take a look.
Summer is wrapping up and children are heading back to school. And for many children, new adventures are ahead. Making the transition from preschool to entering the school district can be challenging for students and parents alike. But don't fret. Shell's Early Learning Center's Executive Director, Angela Malibet, has tips for parents to jumpstart their little one's new journey.
It's the school district. It's different. They're going from a class of max 24 students with 2 teachers to 24 plus students. Some schools, I've heard schools with like 32 to 35 students and 1 teacher. That's completely different. And sitting at the table majority of the day, there's not a lot of free play and things like that. So getting them ready for, that huge transition. I think the biggest shock is how many students it is with just 1 teacher.
Experiencing a new environment can be tough, especially for small children. Having positive and encouraging chats with children will give them insight of what they'll expect when entering their new environment.
Getting them adjusted to that, and then getting them adjusted to the fact that they're going to be meeting new friends. They're going to be having new teachers. A lot of students been with the same teachers, like I was telling you, for like 4 or 5 years. So they've seen the same faces day in, day out, and now they're meeting a whole new face, a whole new school, a whole new program.
A good way to begin the school year is getting the appropriate amount of sleep to be prepared for the big day ahead.
Getting them ready for that sleep schedule is the biggest thing, because a lot of schools start at 7, 7:30, 8 o'clock. So if you want to get your kid there before, breakfast and stuff, definitely start getting them ready. Or even if they are still going to the center, you want to get them early. So starting that sleep schedule now, because school is literally like, 2-3 weeks away before they start. So first thing foremost is that sleep schedule.
If this new process seems a little daunting, never be afraid to reach out to your child's new teacher, tour the school, or attend events provided to ensure their success for the upcoming school year.
I would definitely say go to the open houses that the school has. In the school district, they usually have, a welcome night or things like that. Definitely go, definitely meet the teachers, go to the school. Sometimes in the summertime, those teachers have about 2 weeks to set up their classrooms and stuff. Reach out to the teachers, talk to the teachers.
But for parents with smaller kiddos looking for ways to educate their children early, Shell's Early Learning Center enrollment is open for smiling new faces.
Our pre-K program, it is enrolling. We are doing a mass enrollment at our pre-K program. So if you're looking for an amazing pre-K program to bring your children to, Shell's is a great option. We have children that know their consonants. We have children reading that aren't even going into kindergarten yet. We have children doing math. We have children, knowing how to write their names, first, last name, addresses, their parents' name.
But as summer comes to an end, enjoy the little moments before school is back in session.
Enjoy these last couple of weeks. Take them to the beach, take them to the amusement parks, enjoy your babies, have fun with your babies, get this last little bit of us time in, and set some time aside, to really do things, experience the different things that Delaware just has to offer.
Angela has some advice specifically for parents that may be struggling watching their babies grow.
They'll be okay. That's the biggest thing. They will be okay. I say it's always more hard for the parents when it comes down to it than it is for the kids, because all they're excited about, all I hear is, I get to ride the school bus, or I'm going to real school. The kids are typically excited about that.
So parents, as your child ventures into their next milestone, embrace the new memories and experience that lie ahead.
Always so much fun checking in with Shell's Early Learning. And don't forget, they have a lot of other locations. So no matter where you're living, just check them out, see if they have one near you.
Yes, and coming up on Coast Life, if you're looking to maybe touch up those windows or more, you want to stick with a local company. That's why Maya's also going to be checking in with our friends at Window World. Stick around. You're watching Coast Life, and you know we love our friends at Window World.
Yes.
So much quality goes into all of their work. But did you know, because sometimes they're so good at what they do, people think they're national.
I thought that for a bit. I can't lie.
I mean, it's a good compliment.
Yes.
But they are a local business with local employees. Our field correspondent, Maya Henry, had a chance to meet them in their Del Mar office, and so that you can know the faces behind the Window World team.
So Window World started in 1995 on the side of the road with a pop-up window, and now is the largest exterior home improvement company in the United States. And to make it even better, all of our employees live here locally. They're on your sports field, they're at your track meet, their kids go to your high school. We're all local. Everything we do here is locally put back into the community that feeds families and friends, just like any other business here on the shore.
We have a good group of people working with us. We're all team players here. We all communicate with each other, and we work well together. Just great people, really good people.
I've been here a little over a year now. I started in May of 2022. And I really enjoy working here because it's a small office, so it's a family unit. This is like my family here as well. I love everybody I work with. I love most of our customers. I love supplying great customer service, and that's what Window World's all about. So I really enjoy that.
I love working at Window World. They've been in business for 16 years. We're also family oriented. They love to hear about your family, different outsets of your life. You know, if you need time off or, you know, anything like that in that nature, they're by your side. And not only the business, but our customers too. We're very understanding for their needs, you know, and we offer different things to help them to be able to pay for the things that we have, such as roofing, siding, windows, and doors.
We all joke around and we have fun, so sometimes it doesn't feel like we're coming into work. And Lou's like the older version of myself, so she's very fun to work for.
I like this Window World because the people who are great, the people are very hard working. We like to keep it nice and clean, and we definitely make sure that, you know, the windows are very taken care of.
So our customer service is really simple. Not only do we install a great product and provide a great product, we service that product. So if you do a job with Window World or a project at your home, not only are you getting a great product and a great install, at the end of the day, 2 days down the road or 7 years down the road, we're going to service that product.
We try to take care of our customers as quickly as we can. Depending on manufacturing and all that, it's not all us, it's also the manufacturing. But we do try to individualize each customer and take care of them on an individual basis as needed.
You know, we have a lot of people who have second homes here, and they might have ordered from Window World maybe at their home, but they want to order from Window World here too, or they might have a home and they have a second home by the beach. So we do their homes that are inland, but we do their second homes by the beach too. Or they do, you know, a couple windows at a time, and they come back, okay, I'm ready to do a couple more. So it's nice when they're pleased with the work that we've done. And then they do referrals. So it's neat, their neighbors like, who did your windows? And so we get their neighbors that call us also.
Well, the good thing about a Window World franchise is even though we're owned by a corporation, no money goes to that corporation. All the money that we generate here at the store actually stays on the shore. It feeds local families, supports local people, my office staff, my installers, my design consultants, everybody here, to include some of the local vendors that we supply from. It all stays here on the shore.
Here on the Delmarva Coast, we know we can't do a lot without our lifeguards. Not only are the Delmarva Coast lifeguards amazing, but they are extremely talented. So to tell us more, we have Ron and Derek with us. You both are well versed in the lifeguarding world, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Perfect. So first, could you just both tell us a little bit about your background?
Well, I've been lifeguarding since 1984. I did it 10 years full-time, and then for the last 30, I've been mostly part-time, and just continue to get out there every single day.
Fantastic. What about you?
I started in 1989 with the Rehoboth Beach Patrol, went 16 years full-time, had a little break and came back 3 years ago. I'm a chief with the Rehoboth Beach Patrol and manage their competitions. And for both of us, we both have daughters that are on our respective beach patrols, so that's something special for Ronnie and myself.
Definitely special. That's incredible. And I know I just mentioned not too long ago, of course, lifeguards on the Delmarva coast, very talented. That's because we're going to talk about the Lifeguard Nationals today. Sussex County as a whole did pretty well. Tell us a little bit about the competition and how you all fared.
They did awesome. Top down, we had 112 people, something like that. And so to have that many participants, says a lot about the agencies that we've got here in Delaware.
When you're getting ready for nationals, for the competition, what leads up to it? What kind of prep goes on? And then take us through kind of the day of the competition, if you don't mind.
So with Sussex County Licensing Association, we hold season-long agency tournaments. So each agency will put on their own individual tournament. We all come together Monday nights, Thursday nights, from Ocean City all the way up to Delaware State Park's Cape Henlopen. And that is the basis to establish our foundation. We have Mid-Atlantic Regionals in Rehoboth in the middle of July, and that provides regional competition from New York down to Virginia. Our lifeguards start to see where they might place on a higher level. From that competition, we start to get our national teams together, which agency can send how many guards, doing what competitions, and of course, the primary goal is to safeguard our beaches, and then we allow who we can to go. This year, fortunately, the nationals were down in Virginia Beach, so fairly close. We could let more go, and a lot of patrols actually did a rotation. So maybe a guard was competing for day 1 and day 2, came back home, a few other guards went back down.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yes.
And so second place, which is incredible because you're competing against groups all over the country. And what I love is that Sussex County, like you mentioned, competes as a whole. It's not just the Bethany or the Rehoboth Beach Patrol. You're coming together to represent Southern Delaware and taking home second place. Tell us the biggest competition, maybe competition-wise, or other states that were there.
Yep. Yeah, well, first off, these athletes, they're just incredible.
Yeah.
So to be able to go and compete against some of these agencies that are professional lifeguards year-round, like Florida and California, and to be able to compete and hold our own against those, and in some of the events, Sussex County really dominated, particularly the run events. We did super well, but it's just a great experience for all these kids, and they're so talented and they work so hard to get there. It's just it's a pleasure to see, particularly for somebody like me and like Derek, who've been around forever. And I was telling Derek as we walked in, I was at on the first team that Delaware ever sent to the Nationals in 1986, and we sent 5 people.
Oh my gosh.
So to be able to send 112 this year, and to see how well they all competed, and also they came together and got along really well, which is, there's always been a friendly rivalry, but to see these guys support each other from patrol to patrol, it's a friendly competition, but at the end of the day, we get to come there to the Nationals and support each other.
Right.
And so that was a pleasure to see for me.
So the big patrols that we competed against, LA County, who has won all but, I believe, 3 national championships since the start of it.
Wow.
The other patrols to win were California State Parks and Monmouth County 2 times. So they're a powerhouse, and this year it was the first time that we finished ahead of them. They got 3rd place. As Ronnie said, powerful teams from Florida, and then New Jersey.
Wow.
And so each year we keep on creeping up. We have one more goal. We'll get it at some point.
Yes.
Didn't happen this year, but we're very proud of what we did.
And I love what you mentioned too, because I didn't even think about that. You have these, of course we're a beach town, but you really have these beach states, right? California is not a seasonal town like a lot of the Delaware coast is, so that's great that we're seasonal. We beat these year-round lifeguards. Kind of makes you real proud to be a Sussex Countyan, if you will.
Oh, for sure.
Great. And you mentioned you were on the first team. We have in our presents too. You corrected me, the second oldest lifeguard in Sussex
The
right
second
now.
oldest, yes.
That's really cool.
Well, actually the third, if you, so the third.
Okay,
We'll go with the third.
Either way, it's a flex. So tell us just what keeps you in lifeguarding, what keeps motivating you?
Well, I love it. I just love getting out there with the kids. It keeps me young. And 5 years ago, my daughter started with the Bethany Beach Patrol. So I was kind of winding down a little bit, thinking maybe this was going to be it. But when she joined, I said, well, I'm going to have to go and give it another go. And every year she just keeps asking me to, one more year, Dad, one more year. And so, you know, I guess as long as she keeps asking me, I'll keep coming back.
You're like the LeBron James of Sussex County lifeguarding. Yeah, that's really cool. Amazing. Well, thank you both so much, and congratulations to the whole team. We're going to get next year first place. I can feel it.
That'll be all right.
Yes, definitely.
We're going down to Texas.
Oh, is that where it is?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. All right, so Texas next year. Do you have a date already?
It's at the same time next year.
Okay.
So, yep, it's the first weekend in August.
All right, training starts now, huh?
Already started.
All right, sounds good. We're looking forward to it. So we'll talk to you guys hopefully next year when we have you back to celebrate your #1 win. But make sure if you see a lifeguard out, give them a little congratulations and a thank you, of course, for getting second place. But right now, though, just don't go anywhere because we have more Coast Life heading your way. Leah, do you know what day it is?
Wednesday?
It is Wednesday. It's also National Tell a Joke Day.
Well, good thing we've got a bit for that.
We do. It's also Rum Day. So yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. We are celebrating today by telling you some pirate jokes. So take a listen. I think you're gonna like this one. What does the pirate say when his legs get stuck in the freezer?
I have no idea what the pirate says when his legs get stuck in the freezer.
Shiver me timbers.
That was really funny.
How do pirates prefer to communicate?
How?
Eye to eye.
That is actually a really good one.
Wilson, what kind of grades did the pirate get in school? Oh, yeah? No, close. High C's.
Oh, he hated it.
Why did the pirate go to the Apple store?
Why?
He needed a new eye patch.
Because the eye.
Singular eye patch, yeah. Why did the pirate go on vacation?
To take a break from the heat.
Close. He needed a little R&R.
See? I was pretty close.
You were close. Thank you.
Where do pirates keep their valuables?
Where?
In a jar.
That one's good too.
The key is in the voice.
What is a pirate's favorite exercise?
What is a pirate's favorite exercise? I'm sure I don't know.
Think about it. This should be easy.
Okay. Elliptical.
No. What does elliptical have to do with pirates?
Elliptical machine.
What is a pirate's favorite exercise?
What is a pirate's favorite exercise? Ah, the treadmill.
No. Guess again.
Free weights.
No, the plank. You get it?
No.
Okay. And hey, if you have a funny joke, don't forget, Leah, on our website,
yes,
coastlife.com, you can submit a joke to us.
Yes, we always want to hear your jokes, so please get submitting.
That's right. And if you see us out in Milton, like today, or anywhere with this little microphone, don't run away. We want to tell you jokes. You'll enjoy them.
Get back here.
Exactly. But don't leave yet. We have more Coast Life heading your way. See you soon. All right, Coast Life team, before we let you go, we just want to remind you a couple questions we're dying to know about you. Like, who said I love you in your relationship first, and who do you think should say I love you first?
Yes.
The man or the woman?
Well, according to the study that we came across,
Yeah.
it is typically the man. So.
I support it. I love a man falls first trope.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
Me too.
Yeah, so it's just the romantic in me.
Yes.
But yeah, let us know what you think. And if you said I love you first, did it work out?
So far, so good.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully for you.
And let me know if you're joining me in taking that Taylor Swift literature course. Let me know what your favorite Taylor Swift lyrics are, because there's a lot to choose from.
Leah, I do have some I could tell you. I'll tell you after the show.
All right.
Yeah, I have some
I
lyrics.
can't
I do, because ever since we had this conversation, when Taylor Swift comes on, I'm like, wow, that was a good lyric.
There's a lot of good ones to choose from. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So you've opened my eyes. I'll take the class with you just to go to Belgium with you.
Ooh, yeah.
That would be fun.
That's right.
Coast Life trip to Belgium, but not yet. Because
No.
we are going to be back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock and the day after. Not the day after that?
No, because I
the
think
weekend.
it's the weekend after
Yeah.
that.
Get to
Math
Wendy's.
isn't our strong suit, as you may have learned from our trauma about the Scantron tests.
That was so crazy. I'm really curious. I would love, once school starts, for a college-age student to like write into us and tell us how AI has changed the world.
Yeah.
Or like a professor, how AI has changed your classroom.
We're curious.
We're always curious.
But
all right, well,